was roughly 9:45 at night. My brother and mother had recently left the house to go for some regular errands. Roughly 20 minutes go by, and I call my brother. He didn't answer. But why? He always answers me. I shake it off and wait for another 5 minutes to then call my mother, but then was quickly stopped by hearing a knock on my door. I walk over to my front door and look through the eye hole, and I see a police officer. I open the door and ask, "Yes, sir?" The officer took a short breath and said,
"Your mother and brother just went missing."
"How could this be? When?" I ask.
About 5 minutes ago, we found your mother's car extremely scratched up and no one was inside. We tracked down your house with your mother's ID.
How did you stumble across the vehicle? A few minutes pass and I start to worry. The officer gets a radio call.
Be advised, we have a witness that said that they have a very large bear or deer. They said they wouldn't explain what it looked like.
10-4.
The officer replied. Many more minutes pass as the officer leaves, and I stay at home. I look over at the clock to see that it was 10:30. Usually when I start to think about going to sleep, where could they be? I continuously ask myself this question. I was so worried about my mother and my brother. That night, I had made one of the biggest mistakes I could have ever done. After leaving my house in these deep woodlands, I start to head down the road with the flashlight on my phone, which was quite low on battery. Then, the worst was to come. About a mile down the road, I find no car, no nothing. A few minutes later, I hear a scream of some non-human beast to my left. And then I stop to bolt back home and hide in my closet. I did not sleep.